Donald Trump is apparently sweating bullets as he awaits the Supreme Court's decision on whether or not he's going to be given presidential immunity. And this week he got on Truth Social, as he always does, and he unleashed a very unhinged tirade about what could happen to certain people if Trump is not given immunity. Here's what he said. And once again, this was an all caps rant. He very rarely these days, by the way, does any rants that are not in all capital letters. But here's what he said. If a president does not have immunity, the court will be opening the floodgates to prosecuting former presidents. An opposing hostile party will be doing it for any reason all of the time. Now, he didn't obviously specifically mention President Biden's name, but that's exactly what he's talking about. We'll do it for any reason all the time, right? Just nonstop 24/7 prosecutions all the time on the Donald Trump Greatest Hits station. Again, I got to go back to this argument. Like, how can anybody still be on the fence about this guy? How can there still be moderates or independents who think, well, I don't know, maybe I'll go for Captain Retribution? It makes no sense to me. I can't dumb my own brain down enough to put myself in those people's shoes. But here's the thing. Donald Trump is not only threatening, President Biden, possibly President Obama, Bush, Clinton, but what he's also doing is completely misrepresenting what the Supreme Court is considering with his case. And I've said this a million times, and apparently I'm going to have to say it a million more. But the case in front of the United States Supreme Court, the one where Trump's lawyers went into court and made the argument, it's not about whether or not immunity for presidents exists. That is established in the Constitution. That's not up for debate. The issue at hand in this case is whether or not Donald Trump was acting in his official capacity as president when he tried to overturn the results of the 2020 election, or was he doing it as a presidential candidate? Because if he's doing it as a candidate, he can be prosecuted. If he did it as a president, he cannot be prosecuted. And you may not be happy with that, but that's actually the way that immunity works. Here's the other part. He was absolutely doing it as a candidate because the entire thing was paid for from his presidential campaign. So the fact that the Supreme Court even took the case up itself kind of tells us that they're not going to look at the facts of the case. His campaign paid for it, therefore it was an official act of a campaign, not a president. But either way, he's threatening to prosecute people he doesn't like. He's going to abuse that power. And even if he doesn't get immunity, but still somehow wins the White House back, that doesn't mean he's going to have the ability to prosecute President Biden for official acts that he did as president. That immunity still stands. Same thing with Obama. Same thing with Bush. They all did things that, I'm sure we'd all love to see them prosecuted for. But unfortunately, we cannot do that. So maybe the Supreme Court's going to just tell us presidential immunity no longer exists for anything, even official acts. Hey, that'd be great. I'm totally okay with that. But I'm not okay with them skewing things and saying that Trump was acting as president when he was very clearly doing all of this as part of his campaign.